Hello everyone, welcome. Today I'm talking about how I increased my XRP bag tremendously without pulling money out of thin air. Now, why am I talking about this and why am I making a video on it? Well, on the channel, I talk about how price predictions are pretty fruitless, right? There's not much value in that, but when it comes to actual crypto amounts, that's the thing that's really important. But after you've invested everything that you can into the market, what else can you do? Well, in today's video, I'm going to go over a couple simple changes that I made in my portfolio, which seem obvious, which are obvious, but allow me to go up an actual percentage rich list bracket in the XRP rich list. Very simple, very effective. So if that's something you're interested in, leave a like down below and let's get straight into the video. How I increase my bag. So less diversified, reallocating my staking pools and dollar cost averaging. So number one, less diversified. Now, it completely depends on how much crypto or how much money you invested into the crypto market. Right? If you have $1,000, there's no point being spread out across 10 cryptocurrencies, $100 in each, as well concentrating just a few. And it says right here, the first bullet point, wealth is built with concentration, maintained with diversification. Quote from Warren Buffett. I have a little clip here I need to play when he goes into how diversification is not as important as it seems.
Nothing magic. We like to put a lot of money in things that we feel strongly about. And that gets back to the diversification question. We think diversification, as practiced generally, makes very little sense for anyone that knows what they're doing. Diversification is a protection against ignorance. I mean, if you want to make sure that nothing bad happens to you relative to the market, you own everything. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that is a perfectly sound approach for somebody who does not feel they know how to analyze businesses. If you know how to analyze businesses and value businesses, it's crazy to own 50 stocks or 40 stocks or 30 stocks probably.
And he is obviously talking about an extreme scenario, 50, 40 or 30 stocks, and he's talking about stocks, right? Not cryptocurrency. When it comes to crypto, I think you can be more diversified because there's more of a spread, there's more aggressive returns, but the point still stands. When it comes to maybe even 20 projects, how do you stay updated with all those cryptos? Right? When it comes to recent price action, recent news, recent developments in the market, red flags might appear as we are in a bear market. You might want to or need to jump ship. It's very important to numb it down to just a few cryptos you have 10 out of 10 belief in, so I cut off VRA, XPR, many other cryptos, either switch it straight to XRP or put in a stable coin, then went to XRP at a low price point. Number three, the last one, sectors, right? Diversification is not how many projects you're actually individually investing in. It's about how many sectors you're actually exposed to. For example, XRP cross-border payments, QNT interruptibility, and XCC trade finance, right? Spreading across all of that so your portfolio has the highest total addressable market available. Obviously not capturing that whole market, but being exposed as much as you can, and that really cuts away a lot of the projects. So in conclusion, less diversified. I am still diversified, but being less diversified was definitely the most significant jump I had in my portfolio. Now moving on to number two, reallocated staking pools. My staking was all over the place, chasing different APYs. So I was staking VRA, CSPR, API-free, Legacy, ILV. I cut it down to just two. I question myself, am I invested when staking is the only incentive to invest, or is it just a bonus? Because that's what it is. It's a bonus to your investment. You have to have belief in the project already. So then I question myself. I got an answer. I cut off VRA, I cut off Legacy, and I cut off ILV. So I took the profits, the amounts from those pools, put a lot on API free because there's compound interest effects and just has the highest spread of APY, and I put it into my main holds, including the XRP, therefore increasing my bag once again. Last one, very obvious, dollar cost averaging, but a lot of people do not stick to a plan slash schedule. A very important example I have documented on the channel. At the lower points of QNT last year, I made a TikTok buying at these prices is so good. Now, these comments don't have malicious intent, it's just people's opinions and everyone's opinion at the time, but we can read here, going even lower, no point to accumulate right now. We can see wait further. We can see even further down, you're saying you're buying, just wait. I'm assuming you're experienced buyer. If I was influenced by other people's opinions, I would definitely would not have bought or would have stopped buying then. Your plan / schedule can be broken through other mediums. It could be the end or the start of the month. You've just been paid. You want to deposit some money into cryptocurrency. You're opening your Twitter account. You're on the home feed. Out of nowhere, there's a low cap cryptocurrency coming out, right? To claim to be the next XRP or next QNT, whatever it may be. Instead of sticking to your actual plan, you FOMO into an asset you never heard about, and you essentially take that risk and possibly lose money, right? Don't do any due diligence. I think we're all guilty of that at one point or another. So it's very important to stick to a plan / schedule. And lastly, accumulation phase. Know when to accumulate. If it's done a significant percent from its all-time high, 60, 70, 80, 90%, then is the time to accumulate. If it's not in that accumulation phase, put it on a stable coin, sit back, relax. In the bull run, when there's consistent high prices, when there is a flash crash, exchanges, centralized ones, big ones like Coinbase, Binance, all of a sudden they can stop withdrawals and stop deposits. So if you want to actually buy in that few minutes, half an hour of that flash crash, they actually won't let you. Pretty scummy, but be aware of that. But that's pretty much it for this section. Let me know down below, are you going to use any of these tips? Do you disagree with any of these tips? I'd be very interested to hear your opinions down below. Now I'm going to move on to some market news before we end the video. Firstly, this is a bit of old news, but I haven't made an XRP video in quite a while. The Q1 2023 XRP markets report. So we have higher XRP sales by Ripple in Q1 2023. 361 million versus 226 million, mainly due, in my opinion, to on-demand liquidity customers. We have a huge increase in volumes, and mainly due to anticipation of summary judgment by Judge Torres. EU, UK proposing new regulatory regimes, more progress in the US, and then we have a new XRP ledger amendment. Now moving on to the most important news I have today. Ripple was ranked #1, an established leader for CBDC from 15 vendors in a recent report from Juniper Research. This is super bullish, right? You can see here the value of payments via CBDCs will reach $213 billion annually by 2030, up from just $100 million in 2023. This radical growth is over 260,000%, reflects the early stages of the sector, currently limited to pilot projects. We can see out of the 15, BITT, Consensus, eCurrency, Industria, MasterCard, N-Chain, R3, Ripple, Stellar, super bullish. Lastly, we have here Brad Garlinghouse and Ripple are heading to Dubai FinTech Summit next week and be on stage with Dan Murphy to discuss all things crypto utility. That is on the 8th and 9th of May. Be on the lookout for that for some insight from Brad himself. But that is pretty much it for today's video. If you made it this far, if you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed videos on the channel, be sure to check in the About section for the Discord link. The Discord is open again. In retrospect, I did close at 100 members. Probably a bad idea, but it is now open again. Get in the chat, start getting some conversations flowing. The original 100, you are under the OG 100, and you will be rewarded in the future someday. So be on the lookout for that. But made it fun video. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.